What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about how a red-hot ISM manufacturing number that blew away estimates sent the stock market in free fall. But wait a second. Doesn't that mean that S&P and ultimately small cap earnings are going higher? And if that's true, shouldn't you be a buyer, not a motherfucking seller? All that and more coming in up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're once again sunny and 82 degrees here in Atlanta. This is a very motherfucking important video. And for all of you that keep saying I'm a bully, I'm a punk, I'm a swindler, I swear like a drunken sailor, fuck you. I know what I'm talking about. In fact, since 2017, when I coined the phrase flying cars and trips to motherfucking Mars, that's exactly what's happened. If you'd have listened to me back then, or even on Twitter during the scamdemic in 2020, when I told you it was nothing but a con job to print 40% of all US dollars in circulation and send it to the hidden hand before they get rid of paper currency and stick a digital one in your motherfucking pocket. I know what I'm talking about. I've got a 130-2 track record, and if I have to sell Kraken and two other stocks I'm down more than 10% on at the moment, in the last 13 months, I am 130-5, and that does not even count the ETFs, including the Kraken, including the fucking Qs as low as 421 on the Japanese carry trade debacle, or should I say con job there as well, so the institutions could get long, while most of you have your unlubricated thumb still, along with $6 trillion in retail money on the sideline stuck up your motherfucking ass. For those of you that are salvable, savable, listen to me carefully. You need to get the hell away from the doom and gloomers. It doesn't survive in our community. You notice that? We've had 150 people or thereabouts leave in the last few months. You don't leave a guy that's got a 97% win rate. You know why a lot of these people leave? We don't allow bullshit to thrive. We don't allow doom and gloom. We don't allow negativity. We don't have fucking fake news in our fucking Discord. Go out anywhere in a big city, Atlanta, largest airport in the world, packed. Go out to your favorite restaurant on a Friday or a Saturday night without a reservation. Can't get in. This ISM number that was released about an hour and a half ago, last trade on the Qs, 481, was way above expectations. Biggest since February of 23. And it coincides with the fact that the 10-year bond was not coming down. In fact, it was going up in the midst of Jerome Powell lowering rates. Why? Because the bond market, which is 3 times the size of the stock market, smelled a strong ISM and jobs number most likely tomorrow. In other words, there is no recession in sight. In fact, we are reaccelerating. S&P earning revisions are higher in the last 30 days, not lower. So for all these doom and gloom, we're going into a recession. Oh, the PE is way too high at 22. I'm wrong. We are in the midst, the beginning, bottom of the first, top of the second, of a massive transformation. The third major industrial/AI revolution. It's going to dwarf the internet that Al Gore invented about 40 years ago. And you know what AI and its productivity gains is? Deflationary. Faster, cheaper, quicker, without the necessary need of massive amounts of human capital. Yeah, we're going to have an unemployment problem in the next 5 or 7 years. And that will put an entitlement drain on the US and global economies. But as a result of being leaner, probably 30 to 40% leaner in most cases, S&P earnings are going through the motherfucking roof in the next 5 or 10 years. And these big corporations like Tesla, Amazon, etc. will continue to buy back hundreds of billions of dollars of stock. And notice there's almost no IPOs anymore. Why is that? Because they gobble them up before they even go public. What does that mean? Less supply. So when you have massive productivity gains in a deflationary environment because of AI, chasing fewer and fewer shares of stock because they gobble up all the good ones before they even come public, The fucking stock market is going a lot higher in the next 5 or 10 years. I'm talking 2, 3, 5, if not more times higher in the next 5 to 10 years. So I can't tell you where the next 2 or 3% is. In fact, as I just explained in my 4th video of the day, 2 minutes long, most of the time I give our folks half a dozen videos a day. They know exactly what the fuck is going on at all times. And we were in buying a real estate / interest related stock at $1.82. You could probably figure out what it is. We made money on it before. Last trade 184 and going a hell of a lot higher. Why is that? Because real estate, housing, the economy goes higher when everybody has a motherfucking job in the midst of the Federal Reserve gradually cutting rates over the next 6 months. We have never had a major bear market in the midst of a scalding hot ISM. We've never had a real estate crash when everybody's got a fucking job. So I can't tell you what's going to happen in the next few weeks heading into the election. But I will say this, and by the way, before I forget, thanks for the most thumbed down video of all time yesterday. We obviously have a lot of freeloading Democrats. Keep them coming, right? You're a bully. You're this, you're that. Yeah, keep them coming. I'm also a fucking cash machine. Because even though we have had a major drawdown on the Kraken, which, by the way, is up from 0 to 50 million, and I got to believe there's going to be a lot of drilling for water and laying cable and lead remediation in a scalding hot manufacturing sector. If we could ever get them to stop fucking printing stock, and most importantly, give us clarity on the ELOC. Has it ended? If so, how much is there? The fucking stock is going a lot higher than last trade, $1.13. This is the time, right here, right fucking now. Do not crumble. Do not fucking watch CNN or fake news, DNC, all those fucking outfits. Don't you realize that most of them have an agenda? And you know what the agenda is? To make the hidden hand, the fat cats, the top 1/2 of 1%, filthy rich. And you know how they do that? Get you scared to death so that you sell your fucking stocks. You give away your house at rock bottom prices. Meanwhile, BlackRock and Warren Buffett are in there buying hundreds of thousands of units for pennies on the dollar over the last 5 years. Well, most of you are sitting there wondering, oh my God, is the world going to come to an end? If you have listened to me, we're not only 130 and 5 or 6. Take your pick. Let's sell everything. We'd be 133 and 7. If I went to 100% cash. So we average 20 to 25 wins for every loss. I've nailed Bitcoin in the stock market repeatedly for years. The reason why people quit is they don't listen to what the fuck I'm telling them to do. You take 60% minimum. And you should have done this in the last month when the market did crash, and you index it. One of the reasons why Jesse Livermore stuck a gun in his mouth and blew his head off in the 1930s, one of the greatest traders of all time, who went bankrupt 3 or 4 times, is he never set aside enough money in cash. He never indexed his portfolio, whether it was corporate bonds, U.S. treasuries, or in this case, SPY, QQQ, IWM. Far too many of you go all in on stocks, God forbid penny stocks. You get emotional at the lows and you panic. You get greedy as hell and all FOMO'd up at the highs and you make mistakes. But if you smooth out the volatility and you take advantage of the fact that the S&P has averaged 10 or 11% per year since 1900, you're going to sleep better at night. Even when 1 or 2 or 3 of your stocks blow up, I own the same shit you do. I'm not down more than 20%. I'm not even down at the moment more than 15% because I bought a ton, as you know if you're inside, of the Q's average price $437.50, and it's up nearly 50 points in the last month and a half. I bought fucking IWM last October when we bottomed at 162. Last trade, 215 and change. I've taken it in the rear end on the Kraken rebuy. I got blown up in the GRTS debacle that I told you about. Even on good news, stocks are going down. But at some point, that too shall pass. And mark my fucking words in closing, ladies and gentlemen. Not only if you follow my advice will you make extremely absurd amounts of money over the next 5 or 10 years, but we are about to transition, most likely in a Santa Claus rally into next year as the Fed continues to gradually, not heavily, 25 basis points for the next 3 or 4 meetings. We are going to go from a market that we're in right now and have been for the last 3 months of, oh my God, I can't believe we bought that stock, to, oh my God, I can't believe we sold that stock. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember that I love you. And if you'd like to join us, it is buy one month, get one free at shopsmallbiz.com. Get a Discord. If you don't have a small biz, that is, in fact, 2/3 of our members premium. If you do, shopsmallbiz.com.